Welcome back, students. So, continuing with the chapter that is some basic concept of organic chemistry, and in that we are going to see today the general rule for naming the organic compounds. Okay, general rule for naming the organic compound. So, here we are going to see the rules for naming the organic compound. How we are going to name the organic compound on the basis of the IUPAC rule. Okay, so here the first rule is that longest chain rule. The first rule is the longest chain rule. So in the longest chain rule, we have to select the longest chain of carbon atoms which is continuous. The selected chain must contain the maximum number of carbon atoms. Okay, and that particular chain will be termed as the parent or root chain. It will be termed as the parent chain or the root chain. Okay, and it will give the parent name there. Okay, it will give the parent name to the branch chain and the substituent groups. So here, if I am taking an example, this is the example which I have taken here. So in this particular organic compound, we have to first select the longest chain here. So how we can make the chain? So one chain will be 1, 2, 3, 4. For these 4 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And one chain will be the longest chain, the straight chain which is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the other chains which are here, they are containing only 6 carbon atoms. Okay. But the longest chain here is this one, the chain which is straight one here, and continuously it is containing 7 carbon atoms, which is the maximum number of carbon atoms in the present given compound. Okay, so on the basis of this, we will name this compound, and this particular chain which I have highlighted with this red colored box, it will be termed as the parent chain. Okay, next, the longest chain may be straight or it may not be straight. Okay, it is also true that longest chain may or may not be straight, but must be continuous. But must be continuous. It not be discontinued any time. It must be always continuous. For example, if I am taking an example here, CH3, CH, CH2, 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 CH, CH2, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. Okay. So in this condition, in this particular compound, we will see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 carbon atoms are there in this chain. Okay, in this chain. In this particular chain, 8 carbon atoms are there. And in the straight chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 carbon atoms are there. So the parent chain in this particular compound will become the straight chain, which is containing 9 carbon atoms there. Okay, which is containing the 9 carbon atoms there, and hence the longest chain, the parent chain, will become this longest chain, parent chain. Similarly, CH3, CH2, CH, CH2, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. This is a compound. Okay, and here we can see that the longest chain will be this one. Maybe it not straight, but the maximum number of carbon atoms, which is 6 here, it is present in this chain, while in the straight chain only 5 carbon atoms are there. But in this particular bent chain, we will see that there are 6 carbon atoms, so we will consider this particular chain as the parent chain. Okay, so hence may or may not be the chain be the straight one, but it must contain the highest number of the carbon atom. Okay, one more example can be taken here. CH3, CH2, CH, CH3, CH, CH2, CH3, CH2, CH2, and the last will be here, that is CH3. Okay, so here in this chain we can see that 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, but 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, the 7 carbon atoms are present in this chain, but this chain is not straight. This particular chain is not straight here. Okay, it is bent out at 2 different positions or 3 different positions. So this particular chain will be considered as the parent chain here. Okay, it will be considered as the parent chain. So may or may not be the chain straight, but the maximum number of carbon atoms must be present there in order to be considered as the parent chain in the organic compound. Number 2, position of the substituent groups. Okay, position of the substituent groups. So, for example, let us say X is a substituent group which is present in a carbon chain, and X is present here. So if I want to give the position to this to this X here, so then I can start the numbering from the 2 positions, that is from the left hand side to the right hand side, and from the right hand side to the left hand side of the compound. So here, which will be the suitable numbering one? The suitable numbering one will be from the right hand side to the left hand side, because on numbering from right hand side, 1 2 3 4 5, this will be the number of the carbon atoms. Okay, and the position to the X which is provided here, it will be the substituent group, it will be provided here, it will be 2, while when we are numbering from the left hand side, it will be 1 2 3 4 5, so the number will be 5. So we must always try to give the smallest position or the lowest position to the substituent groups as much as possible. For example, a compound is taken here such as CH3, CH2, CH2, CH, CH3. Okay, here I have taken a substituent group as this CH3. So here, first thing, we have to find out the longest chain here. So the longest chain can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Both can be taken as the longest chain. So I am considering the straight chain as the longest one. So here the CS3, this CS3, it will become as a substituent chain here. So now we have to name this particular compound. So first, before naming, we have to number the carbon atoms, and for numbering we will start from the right hand side, most right hand side carbon, and then we will proceed towards the left hand side carbon. Why? Because we want to give the lowest locant for the substituent group here, and the lowest locant can be provided when we are numbering the carbon atom from the most or from the extreme right hand side. Okay, so here the number for the locant for the substituent group, which is methyl here, it is 2. So the name of this compound will become 2 methyl. The parent chain is consisting of 5 carbon atoms and all are single bonds here. So the name will be 2-methyl pentane. Okay. Similarly, one more complex compound we are taking, CH3, CH2, CH, CH2, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. Now here, first we have to find out the longest chain. So the longest chain will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This carbon atom chain will be the longest chain. This bent chain will be the longest chain, which is containing 6 carbon atoms. And in this particular chain, we will see that these 2 carbon atoms are present as a substituent group. They are present as a substituent group. So now let's number this compound. So for numbering this compound, the numbering will be 1, 2, 3. Because if I am starting the numbering from here, from the right hand side, then 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth number will be provided to the substituent chain. But according to the rule, I want to provide the lowest number here. So the lowest number here, it will be 3, then 4, 5, 6. Okay. So this is the numbering for the substituent chain. Now let's start the numbering, naming. So for naming, 2 carbon atoms are here. Okay. So the naming will be 3 ethyl, which is connected to the, this 3 ethyl is connected to the parent chain, which is containing 6 carbon atom, and 6 carbon, for 6 carbon the alk name or the root name is hex, and for this the all the bonds are single bond here, so the suffix will be ane. So the name will be ethyl hexane. Ethyl hexane. Okay, let's take one more example. Now let's talk about the third rule. Sorry. So the third rule is that lowest set of locant. We must provide the lowest set of locant. Okay, we must provide the lowest set of locant which is present in our chain. So here, let us take an example and discuss this particular topic. So here I have taken a compound where more than one substituent groups are there. Here in this chain, we can see that more than one substituent groups are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the longest chain can be either this straight chain one or either this one. These two can be the longest chain here. Okay, so I am taking the straight chain one as the longest chain. Okay, one more rule is there. One more rule is there. If we are having two straight chains, two straight and two longest chains are there, then we have to calculate, we have to count the maximum number of substituent groups we are present in which chain. So the chain must be selected which is having the maximum number of substituent groups. Okay, the rule is that the longest chain must contain more substituent group, more substituent group when two longest chain are there. Two longest chain of same number of carbon atom is there. Okay, this is also one rule. So according to this, 1 2 3 three substituent group is there, and if I'm taking this chain also, then also three substituent chains groups are there. So we can take either any one of the chain here in this particular case. So I am taking this straight chain here. Now we have to give the lowest locant number as possible to the substituent groups which are present here. So for that, let's start the numbering from the right hand side. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. So if I'm adding the positions which I have provided to the substituent group here, so it will be second position, third position, and the fifth position. So it will be 2 plus 3 5, 5 plus 5 10. Okay, it is coming out to be 10 here. But if I am counting the carbon from the left hand side, then it will be 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So now from the left hand side, if I am counting, then it will be 2 plus 4, that is 6. 6 plus 5, it will be 11. So hence the lowest sum of the locants, okay, the lowest sum of the locants of the substituent group is to be considered as the numbering position. So here the numbering will be from the right hand side to the left hand side, because that particular locants are giving the smallest sum here, which is of 10. But from the right hand side we are getting this particular sum as 11. So hence the name of this compound will be 2 comma 3 comma 5. Okay, 2 comma 3 comma 5. And how many these three particular positions are containing three methyl groups. So for the three methyl groups, I will use the suffix prefix as tri methyl, which is connected to the parent chain, and this parent chain is containing how many? 6 carbon atoms, so it will be hex, and all the carbon atoms are having single bond, so it will be ane. 2,3,5 trimethyl hexane. Okay, 2,3,5 trimethyl hexane. This will be the name for this particular compound. Next, but now according to the lowest set of locant rule, according to the IUPAC system, we are going to find out the lowest chain by this particular rule, which I am going to state here. Here the particular rule which I have discussed, that was the sum rule. It was earlier used, but now the IUPAC has used new system. Okay, the IUPAC is using the new system, and according to that new system, the rule is that first number out the locants. Okay, so I am taking here two different numbering system for a single compound. Okay, so here I am using one numbering from the right side: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and one from the left hand side: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, now in the first condition we can see that the locants are having 2 comma 7 comma 8th position. Okay, while in the below one it is 3 comma 4 and ninth position. Okay, 3 comma 4 and ninth position. So here the numbered compound, that is 278, and not as 349, because the latest lowest chain rule, locant rule, even though is violates the lowest sum rule. Here we will see that the sum is coming out to be 17, and here the sum is coming out to be 16. But we will be using the numbering naming as this one only. Why? Because here we will see that the first position, the first point which we are using here, it is containing 2 here, while this particular naming type is containing 3 here. So using this difference rule, we will see that the first position must be the lowest position. and according to that we have to name the compound here. So according to this will be the correct way to name the compound, and it will become the incorrect way. So hence here the naming will be 2 comma 7 comma 8 tri methyl trimethyl decane. 2 comma 7 comma 8 decane. Okay, so here we are not going to use the sum rule now, because that particular rule has been discarded now by the IUPAC, and IUPAC, that is the International Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry, has started to use this rule, which is the lowest set of locant rule. And here according to that, the first point which is used out, the lowest first point will be taken as the lowest first point will be taken as the locant. Okay, will be taken as the correct locant for the substituent group which are present in more than one number. Okay, next rule is the presence of more than one substituent if more than one different substituents are there. Okay, then how to name that particular compound? So for that, di, tri, like that can be used for two compounds, such as the compound which I am showing you here, CS3, CS3, CS3. So here we can see that 1, 2, 3. This can be termed as the longest chain, and here two methyl compounds are there which are attached to the second number of carbon. So here for two methyl groups I will be using the prefix as di, and the main chain or the parent chain to which they are connected, it is 3 carbon chain, so it will be dimethyl propane. Okay, for 3 it is tri, for 4 it is tetra, for 5 it is penta. So like this the name can be changed out. Now naming the different substituents, naming the different substituent. Let us say one chain is there, CS3 CH2 CH CH2 CS3 CS3. CH CS3 CS3. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So the longest number of carbon atom which is present is in the straight chain only. So this will become the longest chain which is containing 6 carbon atoms, and all other carbon atoms are containing only 5 carbon pairs. Now we have to see that how many substituent chains are there. So 3 different substituent chains are there, 2 methyl chains, 2 methyl groups are there, and 1 ethyl group is there. This is the ethyl group as substituent chain, and these are the 2 methyl groups. So here the naming of this compound, okay, the naming of this compound can be done by using the alphabetic order. For such kind of compound which are containing more than two substituent groups, and out of that also the substituent groups are also different, such as here ethyl and methyl is there, then we have to use the alphabetic rule. Okay, we have to use the alphabetic rule. So formed with the alphabetic rule here, one more question can be raised out here alphabetically. Di, that is dimethyl. So D will be also there, which will be considered before E here. But the di, tri, and all these prefixes are not considered while selecting out the first substituent group here. Okay, the main is the name. Okay, such as here ethyl is the name, here methyl is the name. So the number that is showing the number, the prefix which is showing the number, it will not be considered here for naming the chain here. Okay, so then the name of this compound will become, first we have to name the compound. Okay, and for naming the compound we have to number the compound here. So for numbering the compound here, we will be starting from the right hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and here below 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the left hand side. So here we can see that the locants are getting third position, again third position, then the fourth position. While here in the second case we are getting that second position, then third position and third position. So hence the first locant which is here, the 3 3 4 is there and 2 3 3 is there. So here we can see that in both of this first point, the number 2 point is the easy one, which means that the numbering from the right hand side will be considered out here, and the name of the compound will be 3 ethyl 2 comma 3 dimethyl dimethyl, and the parent chain here it will be pentane. Similarly, one more example we can take here. So the one more example can be CH3 CH2 CH CH2 CH3 C CH3 CH3 CH2 CH2 CH3. Okay, so here first we have to find out the longest chain. So the longest chain will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So both these chain can be considered as the longest chain. Either any one of these can be considered as the longest chain. So here I am considering this straight chain as the longest chain. Okay, the parent chain here. Then according to this, three substituent groups are there: ethyl and two methyls. Okay, one ethyl and two methyls. So now let's start the numbering here. So for the numbering process, we can start from the right hand side also and from the left hand side also. But it is clearly visible that from the right hand side, the numbering will be 3 and 4. 3, 3, 4. While from the right hand side, it will be 1. So sorry, from the left hand side, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the first numbering can be from the right hand side, it can be 3, 3 and 4, while from the left hand side it will be 3, 4, 4. Okay, 3, 4, 4. So we will start the numbering from the left hand side only, because it is providing the lowest number to whom, to the main chain which has to be given more preference. Okay, the main substituent chain which is to be given more preference is the ethyl here, and the methyls which are present here, they are of low preference here, they are of low preference here. So hence they should be given the least number, and the foremost preference must be given to the ethyl group here. So according to that, the numbering will be 3 provided to the ethyl group. Then the name of this compound will be 3 ethyl. Why ethyl? Because it is alphabetically the E is before M here. 3 ethyl 4 comma 4 dimethyl, then 7 carbon means heptane. It will be heptane. So the compound name will be 3 methyl 4 comma 4 dimethyl heptane. Okay. Next, naming different substituent at equivalent positions. Okay, how to name the different substituent which are present at the equivalent positions. So here, taking an example here, I am taking a compound here, CS3, CH2, CH, CS3, CH2, CH, CH2, CS3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I am taking the straight chain as the longest chain, as the parent chain. Now, two substituent groups are there. One is your methyl group and the other one is the ethyl group. So now the numbering can be done from the both the side, that is from the right hand side and the left hand side. So the numbering from the if I am starting from the right hand side, then it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But the ethyl group is getting fifth position. And if I am numbering from the right hand side, it will be 1, 2, 3, where ethyl group is getting the lowest number. So according to the rule is that the lowest number would be provided to the ethyl group here. Why? Because according to the preference, the ethyl group is more preferred here as comparison to that of the methyl group here. So the lowest position must be provided to the ethyl group as comparison to that of the methyl group. So hence the numbering will start from the right hand side and the numbering will be like this. The fifth position will be provided to the methyl group here. So the name of this compound will become 3-ethyl 5-methyl heptane. Okay, so this will be the name of the compound. Similarly, if I am taking one more example, CS3, CH2, CH, CH2, CH2, CH, CH2, CH3. This example is there where we are going to see that the ethyl group is there and the methyl group is there. So numbering will be starting from the, if I am starting it from the right hand side, then it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the sixth position will be provided to the ethyl group, while from the right hand side it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is from the left hand side. So the third position is provided to the ethyl group and sixth position is provided to the methyl group here. So according to the left hand side, we are going to position, we are going to name the compound here, and the name of this compound will become 3-ethyl 6-methyl octane. 3-methyl 6 3-ethyl 6-methyl octane. Okay, now let's talk about the next rule, that is the naming of complex chains or complex substituents. So here CS3, CH2, 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 CH3. And here in this CH, CH, CH3, CH, CH3, CH3. Okay. So now here we can see that the longest chain here, this is the straight chain only. This straight chain is the longest chain here, which is containing 9 carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now, in this particular carbon atom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. In this particular chain here, we can see that this particular chain, which is present here at the below, it is chain in itself which is containing some of the substituent groups in it. Okay, it is self itself is containing some of the substituent groups. So now, how to name and number this type of compounds? So the first rule here is that we have to start numbering of this particular substituent group from the root itself. So root means from the main parent chain, the carbon which is contained, it will be termed as the root carbon. So from the root carbon only, the naming must be sought, and it must be 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Now we have to start the numbering here. So for that, we have to first give the position of this complex chain. So the position of this complex chain is 5. It is 5. And in that 5, first and second position are containing methyls. So first and second containing dimethyl, and here this particular three carbon atoms are there in this particular chain, so it will be propyl dimethyl propyl. So this is the name for your substituent chain which is attached to the main chain, parent chain. Now the name of the parent chain, so in total 9 carbon atoms are there, so containing single bond, so the name will be 5,1,2 dimethyl propyl nonane. Okay, it will be 5,1,2 dimethyl propyl nonane. Okay, taking one more example here, cs3 ch2 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 ch ch2 c cs3 ch2 cs3 cs3 ch2 ch ch2 cs3 ch2 cs3. So first we have to decide which is the longest chain here. So let's talk about the first, the straight chain here. So for 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Now let's talk about the next longest chain which can be seen out here. It is the chain which is containing the maximum number of carbon atom, and it can be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, so in both the cases, in the straight chain also and in this next chain also, we can see that both are containing the 10 carbon atoms. But in this straight chain, only two substituent chains are there. This is the first and this is the second substituent chain. So as I have told you before also, we have to consider the longest chain. If two same number of carbon chain is there, then we have to consider the longest chain which is containing the highest number of substituent chains. So here, if I am numbering the compound here like this, if I am numbering the compound here from the bottom side, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and this is 10th. So here we can see that first substituent chain, second substituent chain, and the third substituent chain. Three substituent chains are found in this particular compound. So hence the parent chain will become as this particular chain which I have numbered out. Now according to this, we can see here this chain which is present in the extreme right hand side, it is a chain in itself. So we have to number this particular compound. So for numbering this particular compound, we have to start the numbering from the root position. So the root position here is this one, this carbon atom. So here the numbering will be 1 2 3 and 4. Now after numbering, we have to name this particular carbon atom. So the naming of this carbon atom will be first the position of the largest substituent chain. It will be fifth position. In that fifth position, the compound which is present there, the name of that compound is 2-ethyl connected with the chain which is containing 4 atoms. So it will be 2-ethyl butyl, 2-ethyl butyl. Then after that, the next substituent chain that are connected to the third carbon atom. So it will be 3,3 dimethyl, Here also, we have not written the name of this dimethyl first, but we have given the name of this ethyl first. Why? The reason is that E is there. Alphabetically, E comes first before that of the methyl here. Okay, that's why we have written this. After that, decane. For the 10 carbon atoms, it is dec, and for single bond, it is ane. So the name will be 5 2-ethyl butyl 3,3 dimethyl decane. So these were some of the important rules which we have to follow in order to name the organic compounds. Okay. So thank you for today class. We will discuss some more different compounds in the next class and name them. So for today, I am ending the class here only. We will meet up in the next class.